What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. LA Mamba. It is Thursday, January 12th, 2023. Happy New Year, everyone. Here to talk about the tire shop business. Today I want tire shop business, and multiple streams of income. So here we go. So today I wanted to talk about comparison between last year's start and this year's start, and also what I've been up to recently with the tire shop and the passive streams of income. So to start with is starting last year, there was a really good slowdown of business. January, February, those 2 months were really down in business. It's pretty normal to be getting hit in the beginning of the year. Most businesses are like that I know of, people I know. But it was the same thing with us. And this year, it's already been 12 days, not a full month yet, but and we got to talk about December too. December also throw it in there. Let's say the last week, right? The last week of December. Actually, December was all right before. This year was crazy busy. The first 12 days have been very busy for us. This year, the last 12 days, there's only been like 2 days in the morning that were kind of like a little slower for like, I don't know, 2 hours each day or something, maybe 3 hours each day. But I use those few hours that I had in a very positive way, which I made OfferUp ads. So I'm not sure how many ads I made in that time. I probably made 10 ads in total, 5 and 5. And right away started getting business from that. A lot of business came, and multiple sales of sets, new sets, of used. It was a while since I used OfferUp, and you can see there's a bunch of holes everywhere in the racks, and there's a big mess, right, everywhere. It's like, haven't had time to organize, and there's been a lot of freaking sales. But anyway, so then I don't know why I was shocked. It was just like sales and sales and sales, and on top of we went back to normal right away after like the 2 hours, 3 hours that went by. And it just continued to come in with the OfferUp sales, plus what we usually have, which was, again, been very busy. And by the way, there's been very good sales. Like, so you're gonna have some tires you buy recently, and you're gonna have some old stock, like a year or 2 years back, right? And even though the tires are good quality, but the tire sizes are not all that, they're gonna sit a lot of times. And for some reason, man, this freaking 12 days, a lot of those tires sold too. it was freaking awesome, man. And I'm talking about sizes like 295 45 20s, 255 65 16s, even a lot of these 235 45 18s. You know, I always have this, a lot of this was all full, and that was all full in there, all that same size, but a lot of those sold. Another size that's like that is 225 45. See, that's to me, that's not a size that moves pretty fast. Like, that's like a slow moving but a consistent, like every month you're gonna move some, right? But in these last 12 days it was just like, man, we sold a couple sets and a couple pairs of old stuff. It's just awesome, because what happens is that you don't count that already. It's just like, it's just there, right? So when you sell it, now you get the money back plus profit, and it's like, okay, now you have money so you can buy a good moving item, right? Yeah, even like this stuff, like 235 60 16, I sold some Hancocks, again, slow moving size, but they've been selling, and it's been really good. I really love these beginning of the year. So last year, for my project at the shop was build a lift, right? So it was probably started in January, and it probably took, I think, around March. I'm pretty sure March, or did I start in February and it ended in March? But around this time I was thinking I should start digging a hole right here, and so like I've been moving like racks that were right here. There was like a rack right there, there was like a wall there, and there was like a table there, and it's like I see the lines on top. I'm like, you know what, if I build a wall like this, I'm gonna have more room on that side, plus more usable room on this side. Even though I have a big mess here, you know, I want to make some nice big covers here, something like I can like store parts, you know, all along this wall. I haven't figured out how I want to do it yet, but I know I'm going to do something on this side. It's going to benefit me a lot. So I just got to figure that out still. Maybe put like also like a piece of wood like on that side, and then so that's going to be like a supporting beam, and then like another supporting beam here, and pretty much I'm going to have like a lot of storage space on this side. I mean, I'll figure something out. I can always make a lot of stuff going up. I like going up. But the point is, like, I had this big expense when it came to like all the material, plus a lot of time needed to have my guys, pay my guys, and you know, dig the hole, and let me see. And when the guy came and put this, you know, I bought the material, so all the time I would have to go to Home Depot and buy the material, and that was more time wasted. Well, invested, right? Invested. And so then my guys help him made this thing on the bottom, that big concrete platform, and then he came and installed the lift about, I think it was about March, somewhere around there. And then we did this right here, me and my guys, the front side, and we did the back side, so the car can come in smooth, the lower cars, and they can end up smooth on top on the back side. Plus there's room in the back to do whatever we want, which I already use it a lot for new tires, so it worked great. The only thing we didn't finish was I wanted to make a ramp here, but this is not that important. Just like a smooth walking ramp, so be able to get in and out. Leave that spot right there for like the cars, so I can like look under the car easier, the lower cars. But the point is, like, you know, this was a pretty big project that we took on in the beginning of the year, and it was a good time to take it because there was a lot of time we had. And then when we did this, then we brought in the Black Mamba, and then we started taking off the motor from the Black Mamba. So during the time, construction time, I had to go buy a whole bunch of tools because I didn't have tools here before. I didn't have any, I didn't do mechanic work or nothing. So I bought this, it's all beat up because of water. I don't care what it looks like, but I bought it brand new, and all the tools that are inside, you know, all that stuff it's money, man. It's like you keep buying a few hundred to a few hundred here, a few hundred there, a few hundred here, a few hundred there. It adds up by the end of the month. It's like, man, that was a lot of money I spent on tools, but I need it. And at the same time, I started buying parts that I need for also some bolts and nuts and a lot of parts. So the parts are here that I need for the build, and that's like all, like, you know, I have a mess there, but you know, all the parts that came off the car. Oils, I bought a lot of oils because I didn't have oils because I didn't work on cars before. So it was a big expense I did last year. Like, you know, oils add up a lot too, and fluids and you name it, like silicone and all this, you know, things you need to be using while working on a car. So then we took on the Corvette project, which is actually first. During the whole time we worked on the Corvette too, put it together, plus the expenses on the Corvette, and it was a pretty heavy expense beginning of the year. On top of it was kind of slower the first 2 months. By the third month it started picking up kind of normal, and then by the fourth month, which is March, it started being more busy. So the first 4 months last year was heavy expenses, very heavy, and then at the same time it was like maintaining the inventory, which was cool because when I started the year last year, I already had a lot of inventory that we need, right? So it was already, I believe we had some here that we bought, or it was about that time I was gonna buy inventory about this spot. But that was it. Everything else was like the stuff I normally carry, which is like in this area, the 2 racks, and then the 3 racks, and then the semi-truck tire stuff, right? So I'm just saying all this stuff so you guys can get a real good clear picture of how it is like year after year owning the tire shop business. And I'm trying to really help you guys here. So check it out. This is my normal stock. Like, it's a semi-truck tires, and then we have, so we pretty much had, let's say we had the same thing right here, right? And that was it. And the top we had like used tires, we had like used tires here, and then used tires over there. So we had more used tires last year. Well, I'm not even there yet this year. We're barely in the 12th day, right? So I'm not counting that. But we also had a lot less room, so it might not look like it's a bunch of tires right now, but there's a good amount still. But there was still more used tires last year, right? So you want to walk one more time so you can see. This was all used back last year. All used. It was still packed. This is packed this year. This is just junk, the return area, so these don't count. It was all packed used, and it was regular used. But I took a lot of this stuff from this area that's in that corner and this corner, and we took it to the other side of the shop. So let me just walk you guys over there. So when it came to the used, we were good all year long. In the beginning, I always kept stock, and again, that costs money to keep stock when you sell. And the new that I usually carry, which is pretty much like it is now, it's same thing last year, right? But a lot of these tires were over there, so we still got the tires, like the amount of tires I'm saying, not the same ones, but the amount. This wasn't here, so that was over there. So this rack was a lot of the tires in the back. So we still got a good amount of use compared to last year. There's some there, some there. There's a lot less big all-terrain tires, big mud-terrain tires by choice. I'm just decided to sell less of those and get more room to put those racks, so I'm not gonna count that. But the point is, I didn't have a lot of the new tires I do now. So now moving this year, we have very similar use, maybe a little bit less use than then, compared to before. We got the same amount of the original stuff, the stuff we always keep here. Plus, I'm just comparing stock. We have a lot of new tires that we didn't have last year, all paid off. So if you look up all the top row that was not here, we had, I think this had some new, so I'm not gonna count this. This was all new. So I'm just comparing, like, new tires cost more than used. So it cost me a lot to get these in, and when we do sales, of course, we get that back plus profit. So we probably had a little bit more 19s used last year, but we did not have the new ones. So all this is I'm not gonna count these, but all these, and definitely all these racks, and all the top rows of the new tires, and the whole back row of the BFGs, right? So this is, I'm just comparing year by year, right? And I'm not comparing what we had in the middle of the year, because we definitely had more, but we're just comparing the start of the year. Okay, so we got the back rack, we got some of these. It's a small amount, but this is a good amount. And then we have these, there's more over here. 18s new. We got some more 18s in there, new. We got some new ones. We got a little bit up here, but we got this big row right here, all new, right? So what's the difference between last year and this year, right? Oh, by the way, we have racks, and this is a big addition. This is probably as much as an addition as the new ones, in my opinion. So we got the racks, we got these, we got that one that's sideways, and we got in the front and where the restroom area is at. But they're not holding much new tires in that we got in. I mean, there's just some, but still, this is a profit for moving forward. Okay, so what's the difference from last year and this year? The difference is, because I got in more new, there's some more here, there's some more there, a little bit more in the back, there's some right there, right there. The difference is because we got more new, we compare about the used ones, a little bit more used before, but not that much. We still got almost the same amount, but we have a lot more new, that we have a lot more sales in the beginning of the year. What do I say that? What's the difference? So it's not like one for one. So it's more like, because we have a lot more options for the cars that come in, that first, there is a tire available that we didn't have available before. Oh, I got more up there. And because I bought at a discount, there's sizes that I wouldn't normally buy that now I have, because it came with the package. So a customer comes in that wants the tires, then I will sell them, and plus it was a very good profit every sale because I bought them at a discount. So the second difference is more profit than last year. More sales, yes, Definitely more sales than last year, and more profit. Definitely more profit than last year, because two things now. One is because I have a lot of the same stuff. First, I don't gotta go buy the tires and go sell it to them, and then they come in and we install them. We have them here and they're already paid for, so they come and just put them on and they're gone. The tires are gone. You know, we got the profit, and because we got more, we don't have to go buy more new. We already have a next set to sell, so we sell another set and we don't have to go buy again. We have another set. So pretty much I get my money back plus profit, and we still have more tires. So let's say like 205, 60, 16. I had a good amount last year, but I still got the same amount this year, kind of, in a way, kind of. I'm not gonna say that much. Yeah, I would say actually we have more. I just remember we have a lot of the Uniroyals. So yeah, I would say that I have more this year than last year. They're gonna be on the back side over there. But the point is that it's a huge difference. Again, I said it in a few times in my other videos, that we have a lot in stock. It's like the best thing, and especially has like a lot of the same stuff. Like I sold a lot of the 205, 60, 75, 15s. I sold, and guess what? I had to go buy more because I got a bunch, right? I sold 205, 75, 14, the trailer tire. I'd have to go buy more because I have them. So then it's a massive difference between last year's start and this year's start. And not only that, well, let me tell you how it happened, right? So first of all, how it happened. So how was I just invested in buying new. I just invested in working my connections and selling me at a discount, and I bought, and I just held. Even didn't sell, I just held them. I held them, right? And yeah, they will sell here, sell there. I always told you I sold between 2 and 4 every day. I always tell you guys I sold about 2, 4 every day, right? But that's a little bit compared to the massive amount of tires that I got in the packages of tires, right? So then they just held them, and coming this year, the whole, even until the beginning of the ending of last year, they just started selling a lot of this, man. It was just like, and by the way, we closed New Year's and we closed Christmas, which I've never done, ever. I always kept them open, and there was always business, but I was like, I want to get some rest. I want to get some of my guys rest, because we did a good solid minimum 3 months with one guy missing, and then this year we picked up one guy. So I got right now my 2 plus me, 3 plus a new guy, 4. He's not new, by the way. Had him already for many years. He comes 4 months a year, and then office 5 people, right? And on the weekend, once in a while, I don't really count them, but a part-time here and a part-time there. So we were tired, and we're like, all right, we're gonna just rest it. We're gonna rest it, take advantage, get some rest for our bodies. And it was very good. Everybody liked it. Everybody was happy, and it was awesome. So then last year we didn't rest it, right? So we just kept it open. But I had like an extra guy last year, so it worked out good last year too. So both ways worked out fine, right? Yeah, so I pretty much stocked up, worked hard, stocked up, and that's something I didn't have last year. I didn't have a connection last year of buying discounted tires. I didn't have a whole bunch of new in stock, it was my best was a shitload of used tires, right? And then last year I worked hard, sold a bunch, I converted it to discount tires, and guess what? This year's even better. And this is just barely beginning. We're just barely beginning. So I'm already projecting it's gonna be way better this year than last year, right? When it comes to the tire business. So then we're gonna now transition to the streams of income, that how it works between last year and this year, right? So last year I had more streams of income this year, right? Because I was actually working harder on my passive streams of income last year, and I didn't keep them up during the year. I just stayed working at the shop and then my projects and move. I actually went forward with last year, let me just share this. So last year my goals were this. It kept it simple last year. I was like, okay, I want to build 3 turbo cars and I want to buy 1 property, right? What ended up happening was I built 1 turbo car and I bought 3 properties. So then I lost streams of income. I didn't replace them. I still got the things, by the way. I still got the assets, but I'm really happy with just leaving the assets there, because the streams of income I did have last year, they were headaches, some of them. And I lost the headaches, and I'm very happy with not having the headaches compared to, like, yeah, I do get the money, but I have those freaking headaches, right? So this year, during the year, I lost the headaches and I lost the streams of income, but I was just happier like this. I'm gonna leave it like this. By the way, I'm super busy already. I'll just wait till, like, whenever I can get to these, fill them up, the assets again, I'll fill them up, right? Which is storage containers that I have that are empty, and I got a trailer that it's empty, and then I got I lost a tractor rental, but I got the tractor here, so I'm gonna sell it and turn it into money for tires whenever it sells. I just haven't focused on putting some nice pictures up. If I did that, and I do really want to upholster the seat, so upholster the seat and take some real nice pictures of it clean. This is dirty. I'm gonna get the sale, right? So, but the point is that my money's there. It's not gone. So I lost that stream of income though, and then because I sold the property, I lost what? 3 streams of income on that one. So I bought another one, and I acquired 2 streams of income, but it was just a temporary thing. I had to deal with the city, so during the whole process of working during the whole thing, pretty much I had to let these people go. They left. I got an empty house right now, but we're working on it every single week, right? Should be almost done, so it's gonna be a beautiful thing when I have either a tenant or a sale from it. But it's a much better asset, better location. It has I have options for it, and it's pretty much, it's a beautiful property. Anyways, the next 2 were the Bakersfield properties, right? So 2 duplexes, acquired 4 units, down payment with 2 mortgages, right? 2 down payments, 2 mortgages. And so it was now one was evicted because it was in the eviction process already. A week later, I had it. They're gone. So now I'm renovating the unit. So here we go. Last year I didn't have a renovation project in the beginning of the year, thank God. But I was able to take on this, and I put myself in this position. I put myself to okay, now everything's paid off. I can move forward with new properties, right? So then I have 2 new projects, but I'm taking it easy just to not stress myself, right? So I gotta renovate 1 unit, and they already started it yesterday with the demolition of the interior of it's only inside it's pretty much a remodel, but you're gonna do everything, the whole unit though. from maybe even the freaking sewer pipes, right? So here we go. So then if we do a floor pipe, we how you say it, repair, maybe not, right? But the point is, like, the whole restroom is gonna remodel, the whole kitchen, and the 3 bedrooms, because it's 3 bedroom, 1 bath, plus the living room is gonna be also repaired. Just some wall stuff, it's not a big deal, and some borders around the doors and the borders around the ground. So then, and then paint job, right? So then also we gotta do a lot of cleaning because the ex-tenants left a big ass mess in the back of the property, plus the mess in the inside of the property. So I gotta pay for that too. But the point is, like, I'm just right now, everything is on hold, and I'm focused on this 1 unit, right? So there's 4, so the 3 of them are rented right now, 1's empty, and right now all, like, the income and all that is going to, like, the mortgages, and of course the number one thing is the expense of the repair job, which is labor and materials, right? So very prepared for that. I already had the money since before we even started the project, and yeah, we're just waiting for my guy to, like, work it. As soon as he can go full-time working on the project, it should take about no more than 3 weeks. So the whole time, just, I'm gonna put everything on hold in a way. Mainly okay, I'm gonna put mainly everything on hold when it comes to everything, pretty much. Now, of course, the tire shop's gonna be functioning and bringing in income, which is, you know, the point of the tire shop. But work on that, pay the bill, pay the expenses, pay him and his guys, repair, because my other one, again, the one I'm almost done with, is like probably like a week away done. And then this one's barely gonna start, so it's perfect timing, right? So I like to do one project at a time, because first of all, I can, like, really focus on what we're doing here, and the expenses, there is, you know, it's costly, right? So all my streams of income, like, I lost some, but I still got a bunch, right? So then are gonna go all this to this 1 unit. We work it, plus the tire shop, right? That money goes there. Focus on getting a good tenant, because we got a lot of money invested on this 1 unit, so it's gonna be a very good tenant that we're gonna have to hopefully hold for, like, many years, right? The unit's gotta be that beautiful for this tenant and this family can be like, wow, I like this place a lot. I'm just, you know, the rent's gonna be cheap. In this case, it's gonna be $1,300, which here in Cali is cheap, right? For a 3 bedroom, it's cheap. And it's gonna be like, wow, I want to be here long term, which is, you know, the point of real estate rentals is, like, you want good tenants and you want them long term, right? So that's why I pay so much for, like, these units and paying so much for the remodel, because I want to invest heavily into getting a very good tenant, right? And that's why I got a property manager now for help me you know, locate and get this really one good tenant. Once we have the 4 units rented out, now we go to the next one. So now there's one unit that has a cash flow of $900. After the remodel will be $1,300. So yes, we gotta ask them to leave, and we gotta, yes, remodel again, very nice, and then look for another very good tenant. So then we have, in this case, I'll show the numbers. It's gonna be another $1,300 rental right there, plus on the others, on the same, you know, it's a duplex, so the other unit is gonna be a $1,200 rental, so 12 and 13, and then the other side, it's gonna be the 13, the one we're working on right now, $1,300, and the current tenants right now, they're paying $1,250. So then that's gonna be a good cash flow from what I'm paying right now on the mortgage, right? Because renovate, you're gonna increase the income of the properties, and because there's a 30-year term on the loan, I'm gonna be able to keep that thing forever, pretty much. Because if it cash flows every month, that means you're able to pay it off like in 30 years if you just do nothing about it. Or what I like to do is I like to put money in the principal and pay it down faster, right? But that's just what I like to do. So get rid of that mortgage, right, as soon as possible. But it's gonna take time before we find the tenant. First of all, the one we're doing now, then we, you know, have these people move out, so they're gonna have to find a place, and then start working on their unit. So yeah, it's gonna be a big expense between here until we finish the second one, but it's gonna be a very, very long-term investment. We find some really good tenants, and it's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful property. And then, you know, I project we finish this, you know, by the end of the year, pretty much. You know, so it's gonna take, you know, a lot of work, and when it comes to the income and going there and all that. But again, 1 year ain't much compared to like potentially a lifetime of income for me, you know. Especially if I pay these mortgages down real fast, as fast as possible. So then I'm gonna have an option after we're done with we're getting the 4 beautiful tenants of either saving for another down payment on another property, which is probably the case, or focus on paying down these mortgages. So then you know, if I want to, like, let's say refinance later, which is gonna give me, like, let's say minimum 2% interest rate under what we have now, it's gonna even increase more my income. But I don't know, we'll see about that. But still, the point is, compared to last year, I didn't have a new project. It was just sit back and enjoy the income that I made of the whole year of getting these things rented out, or making new cash flow streams. But that was it, because I was using income for, like, let's say the lift, my tools, and pretty much setting me up for the cars. So this year I have, you know, when it comes to the cars, I have built one more turbo car, which it's already like almost built. Right now we have a rear end working on that thing. It's just a little side thing we're working on, but you know, to me it's very important having a turbo car. But the point is, like, let's just say I just focus on that one for the year. I finish it, then I'll be happy. Of course, we got 2 more projects just sitting there on the side of the shop, and I would love to be working on those. But if we have time during this year, we'll get to them. If we don't, no problem, no big deal. We have my, you know, goals that are in place this year, that it's more about the properties now compared to last year. It was about the cars. It didn't work out, you know, like the whole car thing. It was too slow, you know, like, you know, my people, you know, we just, you know, everyone was busy, you know, and so we couldn't get to the cars, right? So then we didn't get that done. But I saw how hard it is to build a freaking turbo car, so I was like, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna make it 1 turbo car this year, and then next year we'll put another 1 or 2 of them, whatever. We'll see about next year, right? So but yeah, so then we have the options of again, I was saying, like, saving by the end of this year, start saving up for another property, or if or paying down the mortgages. Hopefully we get this done way sooner. Hopefully it takes like 6 months to get all this stuff done, and rest a little bit and just start saving, stacking up again. Because, you know, when you get going into buying properties and investing more, you become broke again, right? You spend money and, like, remodeling, you spend money and, like, paying mortgages, you spend money on everything the guy's fixing up, and the parts and the materials and all this stuff. And it's just like, damn, like, we gotta wait a little bit, save up more, and then we're able to do something again, right? Which is what we call choke and grow around here. We choke and we grow, right? So we invest, which is we freaking choke ourselves, and then we have, like, new units now, but we grow, right? And then we do it all over again. So we choke and grow. So the choke actually become broke, right? What related choke equals broke, right? But it's normal. That's just the way it is. So it's just like sometimes you're broke, sometimes you're good. Last year in the beginning of the year, I was good with my streams of income, just coming in and doing this stuff. Now that it's done, I don't got this expense. Some money still compared to last year. It was like, let's say it was like 3, 4, 5 more streams of income I had last year compared to this year. But it was just like headache ones. And then I got to fill up my other one and then just finish work on these. And then again, if I never know if I have a buyer for the house or if I keep it. Then if I have a buyer, then definitely buy another property. But if I don't, if I keep it, then I just rent it out and just collect cash flow every month. But yeah, it's a very good start this year, and it's way better than it was last year. I'm in a way better position this year than I was last year, because now I have, again. And by the way, so then I actually lost. Oh, I didn't really add it up right. Sorry. Like I said, let's say I lost like 5 streams of income that I had in the beginning of the year, but I actually bought more this year. So I bought 4 more, but 3 are actually producing income right now. So I got like 3. So let's say I lost actually 2 from last year to this year. But the difference is, remember I was saying that these people, they're paying late and they're just headaches, right? And had to chase them and stuff like that to get paid, right? Well, this year, because now their units are better quality streams of income, so everybody's actually paid already on time. The 3 that I have right now, even though it's still producing negative cash flow compared to like what it's supposed to be, which is normal because all the time we require a unit, the way it works is the last landlord had like some expenses that he just didn't do because he was signing it in escrow. He was like, hey people, the next landlord coming in is gonna fix this heater or whatever it was. In my case, it was a heater, and it was like a plumbing issue, right, that I had to do this month already, the 12 days. But so it's normal, it's cool, like, oh yeah, pay that, and all right, let's keep moving forward. They pay me, and we'll see what happens next month. And of course, they're gonna have like a repair or something, pay it, whatever. But you can always adjust, right? Like, let's say like in 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, or whatever, I don't want to have a property manager no more, and I want to self-manage them, which is most likely the case that's going to happen by the end of the year, because I want to be able to save a good amount of money by doing that. But I'm doing that right now because they're doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and I'm paying, even though I'm also doing the heavy lifting also with them. But the amount of value that I'm getting from what they're charging me to what I'm getting from them, it's actually a good amount of value. So that's why I went that route, and that's why I chose a property manager, and I got them. I went under contract with them. It's actually month to month, but like again, we're gonna have to get tenants in there and get a good quality tenant. So I'd rather pay to get that good stuff, and then later on just ride with it. Just later on, just like get the cash flow and just save money on expenses when it comes to property management. But the point is, like, yeah, I actually didn't count right. Like, let's say I had 5 extra, but I lost again, I lost the 5, let's say, but I acquired 4, but I actually getting 3 right now. So let's say I lost 2 compared to last year. But they're way better quality and bigger amounts of money that's coming in compared to last year. And yes, I got debt on them, but debt is only a temporary thing. It's not a forever thing. So yeah, so like, I just want to compare that, my shop, my business, my personal streams of income, compared to what it was last year and this year. I'm way happier this year when it comes to what we got done. If I got car issues, now I can just roll them in here, take the tractor out, put the car up, and we see what's going on in the bottom of the car. Compared to last year, I didn't have the lift, so it's just a beautiful thing that we got going on. So I feel very blessed when it comes to what happened between last year and this year. But that's just the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. If you're gonna go into a business, you're gonna always be getting better every year. Now, what about next year? How am I gonna be next year compared to this year? Let's move forward, right? Let's just project. So next year, all 4 streams of income are already producing cash flow. It's gonna be a positive cash flow every month compared to a negative. Like I said in the beginning, it's already been a negative. So let's say I got in about 1650 already, but the mortgage, let's say, it's 4K, and that's because of the expenses. I paid expenses of this, expenses of that, expenses of the property manager, and that's what it was left for me, right? So it was left for me was 1650 with the 3 units. Next year, like I said, the rents are probably gonna go up. So, but let's say it's still gonna be producing a positive cash flow. Let's say of like, I don't know, $600 a month, $500 a month, or whatever it is per unit. I mean, per property. So next year, I should be going into the year with those properties producing a cash flow. Let's just say $1,000. Let's call it even $1,000, which is great. But the most important thing is supporting itself. It's paying off by itself. It's cash flowing, and it's just a positive. I'm getting extra, stream of income. And let's say I didn't get nothing in when it comes to like buying. Most likely I will, but let's just say I'm not gonna buy anything during this whole year. I'm just gonna be fixing up these units and renting out my current house. Let's say I don't sell the house. Let's say I keep it. So the whole year, let's say I start by the beginning of February with the new stream of income. Let's say in this case, I rent a house, $2,200 a month. So then let's just say with expenses, whatever, let's say it's an extra $200 on the expenses. So then that means I have a positive income of $2,000 per month from that property that's not producing nothing right now because I'm remodeling right now. Then the whole year I go a plus $2,000 on each month on top of that. So then, man, that's the beautiful thing with that. Just with that alone, I'll be having like half a down payment saved by the end of the year. So let's say by the end of the year, and by the way, of course, I'm gonna be. I didn't know I mentioned this, but I already have plans of getting a bunch of tires in. I already made the deal. I'm just waiting for them. But all is gonna be Patco tires. So we do it all over again next year, but with more new tires, right? So it's gonna be more bigger income stream. Hopefully, I got a hold of the same amount of used tires I have now. So then I have a better start next year than I do this year, which this year has already been great, by the way. And it's because, again, of these new tires, okay? So then that's just the way business is. Like if you position yourself that you invest all year long and you put yourself in a great position. And yeah, let's say the recession is coming, but still, let's say it affects you 20% of sales when it comes to a tire shop and a little bit of like being late on the rents. But the money's still gonna be coming in because people gotta have a place to live. So then, like, let's just say you have a little hit of a sales, right? But still, it's gonna be like, let's just say it's compared to like what we have now, like let's say about the same amount of sales as it is now, but just more inventory, paid off inventory. It's a beautiful thing. And again, I'm just opening this whole video up to you guys so you can see the inside of a tire shop, the inside of once you already have streams of income coming in. But it's little steps go a long way when you're doing, especially with the multiple streams of income part. Like if you have one step forward to like one extra stream, 2 extra streams, man, that's a big difference. Like every single month on top of what you're already producing in income, and on top of, like I was saying earlier, an extra $2,000 on the one house, just on the one house, right? That's a good difference on top of what you're already making. So, and of course, you save it up again, and then you fucking become broke again when you buy something new, a new property, and you're like, oh fuck, I'm fucking broke again and shit. But hey, now I got a new stream of income. Like, how big am I now compared to what I was before? What it was a year ago, just 1 year ago before. That's 4 extra units. Well, when it comes to 2 extra properties. Compared to last year, 2 extra properties, 4 units of rental, but again, I lost some streams of income. But again, what if I replace some of the incomes I already had, because I still got the stuff that I had last year, right? So what if I at least half of them I replace? So it's gonna be a beautiful year. I'm just telling you guys, like, if you guys trying to go into the tire shop business, man, this is one of the things that can happen to you is like, you learn tire shop business, you grow it. Again, I'm just fast forwarding through years, but you grow it, you save money, you get property income. And then with the property income, you're able to, like, first of all, have an asset that's not going nowhere. It's just you see that same house year after year after year. No one has moved it, no one has sold it, it's just there. The only difference is just producing income. If you have a nice, you know, interior, nice property up kept, and you have a nice tenant in there that's happy to be there, they're happy to pay rent. You know, they feel, okay, we're getting some good value here. I'm not gonna be fighting, oh, I don't want to pay rent, right? So I mean, I guess you can get hit like that here. I have before. You get the wrong tenant, but that's why I'm going really strict on my guidelines of accepting people that, you know, if they have a good savings, you know, they have a good income, so then that's what I want. So, you know, I already been through the, man, I'll give these cheap people a chance, and, you know, man, they didn't pay, and man, I have to evict them now, and how much does the eviction cost? It's just not a good thing. But moving forward, you move forward in a smarter way. Now I got a property manager, and that was not gonna happen again, because we're gonna be really strict on the application process. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this video. Hopefully you guys learned something, and just trying to give you the insights from comparison from last year to this year, and the insight to the tire shop business. And by viewing, you know, through the camera on my chest, you can see what the tires that I have now compared to, like, I guess if you look back at my videos last year, you can see what I had last year. But the point is, I made a good comparison about the last year's inventory and this year's inventory, so you have a good point, a good vision of how it was and how it is with the results of this year compared to the results of last year, because of the efforts I put in during the year. So yeah, I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you guys next time. Mamba out.